Kellyscards.ca, and today I have another make a card video. I have some ribbon pieces that are left over, small scraps of the ribbon that's left over. Now you can do this with ribbon or paper as well, and I'm going to do a card using this. So what I've done is I've prepared this white card base. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take this little mat. Now this mat is just a 1/4 inch smaller than the A2 size. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do is I am going to die cut this heart into this piece, and then I will bring it back. So now that I've die cut that, I'll keep this heart for something else. And I've got this piece here, which is going to lay across the card. Now my idea is I'm going to start layering the ribbons in behind and then put this over, and we're going to get a really cool look. But also to help that look, I'm going to take this piece of foam and the next size heart up and die cut this, and then I will be able to have a place with a raised image for my front panel. This has been die cut, and I've just trimmed around here so that it's going to lay behind here. Once I layer this on here, you can kind of see this in the back, and that is exactly what I want, so that the ribbon left over will not be bulky, and yet this will be raised. So this part is ready to go. And what I'm going to now do is I'm going to take this first die, the small heart die, and I'm just going to trace on my main card base around so I know where to put the ribbon. So now I've just traced the heart so that when I put this on, you can see you're not going to see it, but that way I know where to place the ribbon. And now we can start placing our ribbon down. So I really liked the blue. I thought it was really pretty, and all I'm going to do is start placing these in places and making sure it covers the whole heart. Then I will tape it down, and then we will cut our extras off. I'm just going to take some adhesive tape runner, and I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this, and I'm going to lay this across here. Now there'll be a little bit sticking out, but that is okay. I'm not going to use tape because then we're going to see the tape. So then I'm going to start moving into the next piece. So again, I'm going to take the next piece and do the same thing, and come over here and just chop the excess off, and bring in my little tape runner and just get the adhesive on there, and then I'm going to snug this one right up to the other one. So I've just moved these strips into place, and I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. This ribbon is a little bit folded, but if I stretch it out a little bit and try to adhere it pulled, it should lay a little bit more flat. So I'm just going to put this end down. I'm just going to pull it really nice and tight, and I see I didn't get enough of it, so I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive there and then cut off the end, just like that. So again, then I'm going to have all these ends, and I might be able to make another card with these ends. So going into the next one, I've chosen this pink one, and the other thing you can do is you can put the adhesive on the paper itself behind and then stick the ribbon. That is also another way to do this. And again, I'm just going to push it on there. And now I'm going to go into this nice solid blue. And again, as long as I'm snugging it up to the other ribbon, it's going to look good. Now I'm going to bring my red one in here and stick that down, and again cut off the edge. And then I will finish up this pink piece, which is going to lay across here. Now I'm going to bring this back and make sure I have full coverage. This is looking good. I'm going to take this off here, and I'm just going to trim off some of these ends because these ends are a little bit sticking out. I'm just going to make sure that I am cutting around the heart, and same thing with over here. I've got a little piece sticking out, so I just want to take that off, and there, that is starting to look good underneath. And again, I'm going to bring this just back and to double check, make sure everything is nice. And I just want this ribbon just a little bit flatter, so I'm just going to push it down with my fingers. Now, this foam piece that I cut is actually going to lay on top, and then this is going to lay on top of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this piece to this piece first. And to do that, I'm going to take some score tape and just put it on around the edges. And this will adhere this piece to the foam. I'll put this on top now. And again, I want to make sure that I can't see the foam heart underneath. So I'll just rub that on there, and then this whole piece is going to go over top, and it's just going to add a little dimension to the card. So again, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to use score tape again on the back. And once that is all off, I can open my card base now. Now I have this centered, and I'm just going to push this on. And I just love how that looks, and again, you can feel the ribbon on here. For the sentiment, I'm going to take some of this blue paper and some of this Sizzix permanent adhesive sheet. It's kind of like Stick It, but it's from Sizzix, and I bought this a while ago, so I'm going to continue using it. I'm just going to layer it on there, and I'm just going to cut this little edge off because I don't want this to get stuck to my Sizzix plate. So now that I've got that on there, I'm going to add my words, and I will be able to die cut these words, and then that Stick It tape will be behind. I'm going to arrange these words on here like this, and I will run this through my die cut machine. Okay, so that's gone through, and I'll pull this off. These dies are from this W+9 set, this Love Mom Layers die set. And I like it because it has words in it. It's got the circles that are stitched and a bunch of other flowers. And now I'll pull these words out. So I've arranged the words to say "Love you, Mom" down here. I'll release this paper in the back and pull this off. I'm going to put it on the card base to make sure it goes right where I want it, that it's nice and straight. This word is on. Now I will remove the backing off of this die piece of the word "you," and I will bring this in here. I'll space it according to where the "you" is there. I'm going to leave it as is on the outside, but on the inside what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut the word "mom," so it says "Love you, Mom." I've chosen this mom die, which is a Simon Says. I've die cut this piece, and I'm going to put it on this inside piece right in the middle. And again, I will take this paper off carefully. It actually comes off quite easy, and I will just start to pull it off here. Just like that. And now I'm going to bring this in, and I do want this fairly centered. I'm going to start putting it down and making sure I like how it's sitting before I completely push it down. So this die cut is on here now really good. And we are going to put it inside this card. And I'll just tuck this little bit of adhesive that's sticking out there, and that looks good. So now it's going to say "Love you," and you open up "Mom," and then you can write whatever you like on the inside. And to just fancy up the outside, I'm going to grab some sequins now. I picked out some sequins now, and I will add it to this card just for a little sparkle. I've got a blue one, a pink one, and a little red one. Now I've added those sequins. I'm just going to take this little bit of adhesive out of the middle here. I'll bring my acrylic block in and just place that down so it will push it down, and once it's dry we can take it off. So I'm just going to take this acrylic block off, and now this is nice and securely adhered, and that will finish up this card. Again, I really like how simple this card is. It's quite an easy card to make and fast. And you can use up the rest of your ribbons and papers. Again, remember you can use papers, and of course you can change up your die cut shape, so you could do circles or hearts or whatever in behind. I think that would be really pretty. And then you can also add dash lines. There's so many ways to change this up just to change it a little bit. So really like the opening of this big die cut mom as well. And that will conclude this card. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I have more videos on the way. You can check me out at Kellyscards.ca, and I thank you so much for joining me.